What's going on, guys? It's your boy Smiley, and we're here for our week 7 recap of the AAWL. And yes, I gave it all that. Okay. So going into this, I'm just gonna start off with our week 6 opponent, which his name is Bendover, and I have our week 7 opponent right here. Uh, So our week 6 opponent had Tyranitar, Rotom Wash, Tangrowth, Heracross, Type Null, Gligar, uh, Rhydon, Mega Gallade, Zygarde, Chandelure, Metagross, and Lantern. And looking at his team is bulky but hits really fucking hard. Like I built for this team, but I was kind of in like a different headspace at the moment. I was like, this is like around the time I started to get sick. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the team. So we got our boy Haxorus here, and pretty fucking standard. Except I'm running a Jolly this time because I wanted to be faster than anything scarfed or like a rock polished Metagross or anything. So yeah. Basically, Poison Jab, Outrage, Earthquake, this simple standard, and it's the Zmon Dragonium Z. Next up we got Mega Lopunny here. Ice Punch, High Jump Kick, Fake Out Return, pretty simple. It was like pretty straightforward. This Amoonguss, Giga Drain, Spore, Toxic, Foul Play. Now this Amoonguss was specifically here for Zygarde because Zygarde, given the chance, one Dragon Dance can sweep my whole team. If Mamoswine dies, because I'm pretty sure, I think Zygarde was his Zmon, was one of his mons you can give Z Crystal to. So if Mamoswine died, then I would need a backup plan for Zygarde. And I chose Amoonguss because if he gets one Dragon Dance up, Foul Play I think does over half, and he can't set up a sub or anything, or if he coils, it doesn't really make a big difference. So yeah, that's why I went with Foul Play. Spore, because you can spore everything. Toxic, Giga Drain. Just Toxic is for the Tangrowth. I wanted to wear that down because I don't need that in the game the whole time, because that will get annoying after a while, pretty much. But yeah, next up we got Mamoswine here, Leftovers, Stealth Rock, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Earthquake. How can I say? Okay. So this is like my only, I don't want to say reliable rocker, but like offensive rocker that I had on my team. And it's a great mon. I like it. He doesn't really have an ice switching when you look at his team. He doesn't have a solid ice switching. So that's why I brought Mamoswine. And then you got next Kofag here. T-Spike, Haze, Trick Room, and Shadow Ball. Now the Trick Room was for just in case he ever got like faster than me with anything. Like Gallade, like if Lopunny died and I still had Haxorus and Mamoswine and all that, I wanted to be able to Trick Room and just be able to go and attack right away. But yeah, that was what Trick Room was for. Haze is for any setup. Toxic Spike, you already know what Toxic Spike does. I need to whittle down his team because his team is very bulky looking. Because he has a Rotom and a Tangrowth, and that's a pretty dangerous. That's a good grass water, if you ask me. Shadow Ball attack. That's basically simple. We went max defense this one. Max defense, max HP. And next is the Coco set. I went with Leftovers, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, Hidden Power Ice, and Roost. Roost because looking at his team, like once Coco scares out a lot of his team. So it really wasn't no point in bringing another move. So I just went with Roost because if he brings in like let me see. For instance, Rotom. I don't think he would keep Rotom in on a Tapu Koko. And if I was low on health, I would just Roost. Or I could Roost. I would try to Roost stall his his team because I have some HP investment to live certain attacks, and most of my and the rest goes into special attack and speed. I'm jolly, so yeah, that's basically the team. Let's get into the battle. So your boy is here. Mr. Nutbuster is his name. Have fun. Uh, yeah, let's get into it, guys. So I start off with Mammal Swine because I wanted to get rocks up. I can't believe and what threw me off this first play. He stayed in with Tangrowth. Now I understand Tangrowth can be ran as a bulky defensive mon, but why would you? I wouldn't understand like trying to risk staying in on a Mammal Swine when I have like I could be Icicle Crash like Life Orb. Like he still doesn't have an answer for. If you look at his team, his only answers to a Icicle Crash is Metagross and Rotom Wash. That's it. Those are his only two real switch-ins, realistically. But he stayed in, he Giga Drained, and he almost killed my Mammal Swine, which threw me off. So I go for an Icicle Crash here, get the flinch, and he stays in again, and I get the roll. I have no idea why he stayed in, but hey, good one. So that left me up able to basically like spore his whole team for easy damage. But Mammal Swine is I switched Mammal Swine out because I still needed Mammal Swine. He goes for a Zen Headbutt on my Kofag. You know what Mummy does what Mummy does. So he switches into Rotom Wash here. I Trick Room because nothing is slower than my Kofag on his team. So I wanted to use his time. He tricked my Kofag. Now I want to think there's something different I could have did after the Trick Room, but looking at his team, I don't know what I could have done. I guess I could have just taken that trick. But I get up T-Spike here. Like I waste no time trying to get the T-Spike up because I don't want the Zygarde or the Gallade to stick around the game much, like for very long. He goes Heracross here. I think I went for Spore. Yeah. Poor play on my part. I should have went for a Giga Drain or a Foul Play. But trying to expect that because I mean it's weird because he played weird this entire game. Like I never expected him to stay in keep a Tangrowth in on a Mammal Swine. And I expected him to keep his Rotom Wash in on a Amoonguss. I don't know. It was really weird how he played. But he goes into he facades here. So I find out that he is a fucking scarfed Heracross and he almost killed me. And I'm pretty sure if I did not have that HP invested a little bit, I would have died. So yeah, big one ups to me. Cause I was trying to prep for like a lot of things, and Heracross was one of them. This was one of my answers to Heracross, but like my offensive check. But turns out I lived the whole facade, and that was great. I Thunderbolt here. He gets toxic, and he goes into Metagross here. Now I'm full on scared of this Metagross. So I think I U-turn. No, I Thunderbolted again. Not Father. He goes into Zygarde. I'm expecting an extreme speed. He substitutes here. Then he Dragon Dances. So I'm not allowing him to do that at all. 1,000 Arrows does about half to me. And that does a lot. But Amoonguss lives, luckily. He didn't get no big rolls. And I get rid of the Zygarde. Great. So he goes back into his Gallade. I go back into Tapu Koko. He misses. I was sacking my Tapu Koko. He misses. But I was sacking my Tapu Koko so I can go in and Dragon Dance with my Haxorus, but that didn't happen. So he goes into Metagross. I Thunderbolt again. I can't believe this Metagross lived the Thunderbolt like that. I thought I was gonna do more damage. honestly speaking. I thought I was going to be able to do more damage to his Metagross, but he rock polishes. Now this is where I knew, okay, if I don't make the correct plays and then he gets an attack boost, put the cherry on top, he gets the attack boost. So yeah, I'm dealing with a +2 speed plus attack Metagross off of the strength that he got attack boost. So yeah, at this point I knew if I didn't play it correctly, I'm going to lose this game, because Metagross is I think I ran Adamant Lopunny this week because I was still faster. No, I ran Jolly. If I would have ran Adamant, I probably would have been able to KO this Metagross. But I ran Jolly on this one. I fake out, that does 7%. And Metagross being the monster that it goes for Zen Headbutt. Amoonguss dies. I go back into Lopunny. I fake out again, that does 9. I go back. I go into Haxorus. Haxorus actually lived the Zen Headbutt. Now, when I saw that, I thought about it and I was like, well, I could have won the game easily if I would have just Dragon Danced with Haxorus. But then again, this was his Zmon. You'll see later on. You'll see. This was his Zmon, and he didn't want to miss his Zen Headbutt or anything. I should have ran Quick Attack on this one, but he didn't want to miss Zen Headbutt or anything, so he goes for Shadow Psyche, and that completely murders me. Great game to him. He played fucking phenomenal. That Metagross, I did not expect the Metagross to do that much of a fucking that big of a job to me, because I guess I overlooked it for the most part. Cause yeah, I overlooked it for the most part because Kofag died, and that was like my true defense answer, and I shouldn't have let that die. But he tricked it. He tricked the Choice Scarf on it, so I didn't have much of a choice. But I want to say later down the line I'll be able to make better plays and judge that, cause I've never gotten swept by a Metagross like that. Not a rock polish Metagross. Mega Metagross, yes. Rock Polish Metagross, never. So that was fun. But that was our week 6. Going into week 7, okay? Week 7, our opponent, like I said before in a previous video, our opponent going into week 7 was undefeated. Nobody beat him. I don't think anybody has gotten close to beating him, and his Buzzwole has like fucking 18 kills and like 2 deaths. I was not looking forward to this because his team is very scary. He has Jirachi, Buzzwole, Vaporeon, Zygarde 10%, Sneasel, Rotom-Mow, Weezing, Mega Diancie, Gliscor, Blacephalon, Komala, and Masquerain. And yeah, that's a very scary team if you ask me, because he has all the proper defense and the proper offense to go with the defense. So yeah, I'm gonna show you my week 17. So first off, we have Ambipom here, and Ambipom was supposed to be a soft check to Buzzwole, but also like just hit his team whenever we can. Fake out, Acrobatics, Ice Punch, and U-Turn. U-Turn because I want momentum. Ice Punches for the Gliscor and the Masquerain and the Zygarde if we speed tie with that. We got Acrobatics after I lose my normal gem on a fake out. We have Acrobatics for the Buzzwole. Pretty straightforward. And next we have our Mega Lopunny. Now this Lopunny, I looked at his team and he didn't really have a high jump kick switching really, other than what mon is that? I think it was like Weezing. Other than Weezing, he didn't really have a solid other than Weezing, he didn't have a solid high jump kick answer. So I took that for face value and just went and got my high jump kicking ass in there. Uh, but I ran adamant. I went ice punch, quick attack, fake out, high jump kick, and I went. The only thing I went quick attack because I needed some priority. My team, I'm running adamant, so I wanted my team to I wanted low punny to get as much damage as it could get in. So fake out, quick attack does a pretty good chunk of damage to almost any mon on this team. That doesn't resist it. So yeah. Next we got a Mungus here. Same Mungus set as the week 6 because it works so well. It was my Buzzwole check because I didn't want to get swept by a Drain Punch or anything. So this was like my Buzzwole check. Got Black Sludge, Giga Drain Spore, Toxic, Foul Play. Got some in defense and got some in special defense. Max HP. And that's basically it for that one. Next we got Focus Sash, Mamoswine. Now I looked at his team and he didn't really have much for Mamoswine, if I was being honest with myself. So I took that as my cue to just throw a sash on Mamoswine, throw it at the beginning of the game, and do whatever I can. If I get Stuff Rock, good. If I get an Icicle Crash on a mon that just doesn't take an Icicle Crash, great. I'm happy with myself. But yeah, that was the game plan. I went max speed, max attack, adamant, and yeah, thick fat, keep it real. I got Kofag here, Haze, Pain Split, Toxic Spike, Shadow Ball. And Haze is for any setup that ever comes my way, because he has a lot of setup mons on his team. Pain Split because I just want this Kofag to stick around as much as possible. T-Spike because his team is very bulky and he doesn't have a way to really get rid of T-Spike unless he defaults with Gliscor or I think Masquerain. And Vaporeon is a threat. Buzzwole is a threat, and I need status on those immediately to even get close to wearing down his team. So that was the thought process bringing T-Spike. Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball need an attack, period. And next up we got our Tapu Koko. Our Tapu Koko set is Electrium Z, Thunderbolt, Calm Mind, Hidden Power, Ice, and then Roost. So this was my set. Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Timid, Calm Mind. This is pretty much set because this roundabout right here, this set right here, pretty much hits everything on his team. And yeah, Hidden Power Ice does a lot with a Calm Mind to a Gliscor, and I don't think that's living. And yeah, pretty much his team didn't really have an electric switching, and he had Zygarde 10%, but that's not taking a Hidden Power Ice. So yeah, get into the game. Got Frosty here. Got our half funds. Hold on, let me switch the sides. So yeah, as I said in the team builder, I led off with Mamoswine here, and I wasn't scared of this Rotom because it can't Volt Switch. If he Leaf Storms, I have a Focus Sash, least of my concerns. If I get this Rotom Switch away, I can get Stealth Rocks up and be happy with the rest of the game. So going into that, he expected me to switch out. He told me this after the battle. You'll probably see the chat when this is over with. But he told me he thought I would switch out to fear like a Rotom, Leaf Storm, or anything. But I was Focus Sash. That was the least of my concerns. So yeah, he goes Buzzwole. I go into Kofag. That was a great offensive switch on his part. I was not ready for that one, but he did really good with that one. He Flamethrowers. I get a T-Spike up. That T-Spike is gonna play the most critical role ever in this game because Buzzwole has to die. Diancie has to die. Vaporeon has to die. Everything on his team is grounded now. Once you got rid of Rotom, I looked at his team. I was like, I need a T-Spike immediately because everything on his team is grounded now. and he can't get rid of any hazards. So I took that as an advantage. He killed my Kofag. Kofag wasn't around for this game because I needed the T Spike and I didn't want to switch anything in on a. He does a Z Sunny Day, which was amazing to me. I go right into Mammal Swine because I know Mammal Swine is a focus sash and I don't have to really predict much. So he does a leech life on my Mammal Swine. Doesn't get much health back, but hey, be my guess. I go Ambipom here. I fake out, but you know it's a ghost type, so he can't really do much. So Blacephalon, one of the biggest threats on his team was Blacephalon and Buzzwole. So one of them are gone. Blacephalon is gone. Don't have to worry about that mon anymore. I still have my Coco, I still have my Lopunny, and I still have my Amoonguss. So my three not offensive, but like my three good checks to anything he could set up with is pretty good right now. So I have Ambipom in. I U-turn on the Vaporeon. I go Amoonguss. He scalds. He gets the burn. I thought he didn't get the burn. He gets the burn because you know I never get a burn, but everybody else does. He wishes here. I foul play. I was expecting him to go Zygarde or Buzzwole. And I think I go into my Tapu Koko. I go right back into my Amoonguss because I'm not trying to keep this. I wasn't trying to. I was scouting if that Zygarde was Scarf or not. Because if it was Scarf, then I would have to worry about 1,000 arrows. But as I saw that he switched out, I saw that he couldn't have been Scarf because he wouldn't have been scared of anything at that point. So he wishes up. He goes back out. He goes into his Buzzwole. And he gets his wish all the way up. I find out his Buzzwole is the Scarf one. Now that put a little dampening on my plans, but at the same time, I was okay with that because there's nothing wrong with how he did that. It was how can I say? I'm glad I found out this was Scarf this way instead of like really towards the end of the game. But I go Ambipom here. He lets his Vaporeon die, which I don't think was the best play, but I guess that was his only play. I acrobatics, yeah, because I wanted to kill that Buzzwole. Because I knew he was Scarfed, but I didn't have anything to go into. I go into Amoonguss here. He Moonblast. Moonblast does a decent amount. So he has Psychic on his Diancie, but I just Giga Drain, get some health back. This burn is starting to wear me down, but he needed that burn on my Amoonguss, but it's not the end of the world. He goes for 1,000 arrows, kills 8 hits really hard. I think this Zygarde was banded. Yeah, I think it was banded. So now he goes into his Buzzwole. I have to hold him off and fake out. So since he's Scarfed, here's what the game came down to. Because I wanted to keep my Amoonguss alive as much as possible. Here's what the game came down to. The game came down to if he was going to kill me with Drain Punch or Leech Life the rest of the game. Because there's no combined move that he could have done to kill my Amoonguss and my Lopunny. So looking at that, I fake out, see he's half health. I go into my Amoonguss, he Drain Punches. That does nothing. So looking at that, I'm trying to whittle this down as much as possible for Lopunny to get the fake out in the quick attack. So he Drain Punches here. I Giga Drain, get some health back. And this goes on, and I end up winning the battle because he doesn't get to kill my Amoonguss at all. And the poison is doing its damage. I needed that poison so bad. It didn't make no sense. But that was a great. I needed that toxic spike up. That was reason why I prioritized the toxic spike other than hitting the Blacephalon, because later down the it was two ways I could either won that. Straight up raw attacking, which wouldn't have really worked because he had a Scarf Buzzwole, and Scarf Buzzwole really kind of runs through my team. Bar the Kofag and the Amoongus. And yeah, so that was the game. Yeah, like I said, turn one, he thought I would fear Scarf. I didn't really care because I was Focus Sash. He told me my team was flat out broken. If we're being honest, I thought his team was broken, but hey, it was great games all around. But yeah, that's the week 6 and week 7 recap. I'm glad you guys watched. If you did, like, or you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. There's more content coming. I think it's five more weeks of the AAWL, and we just started the SDL. I think I'm in week 5 of the SDL. So it's plenty more content to be coming. I'm going to try to roll out these league videos on time now because I'm done being sick. And yeah, I'm just trying to be the best fucking YouTuber I could be. You guys have a great one. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.